Hartford Athletic. SAFC looking to bounce back. Hartford looking to keep the momentum going. We'll have starting 11s and kick when we return next here on Bally Sports.
Even your intro on the first one was so clean. Like, oh, that's money. Alrighty. Let's see a goal fest, please. I want Nacho to score.
He's freezing in the truck. He's like, we got 2 minutes. If I don't freeze to death in the next 2 minutes, we'll start. Hey, could you get Hayden's?
Week 21 of the USL Championship campaign brings us to the final Saturday in July in Toyota Field. As we get set for the push to the playoffs, San Antonio FC welcoming in Hartford Athletic. We've got all the action here on Bally Sports. And a pleasant good evening. We say hello from the broadcast booth along with Hayden Partain. I'm Dan Weiss. Great to have you with us. Well, Hayden, San Antonio FC looking to bounce back from last Saturday's disappointment against the Miami FC as they see a 24-match unbeaten streak here at Toyota Field come to a conclusion.
Yeah, coming off a result that SAFC really wasn't expecting, tonight's going to be a good way to go on the road for the next 2 matches and bounce back.
Story of this match was right here. Paco Craig, after Miami went up a goal, gets sent off with a second yellow. Miami playing a man down for 80 minutes. San Antonio FC had their chances throughout the duration of the match, just couldn't cash in.
That's right. You'd think that, they would find an equalizer, but 22 shots, not many shots of those were on target, and they just couldn't find the final product.
And at the end, it was Adrian Zendejas pacing Miami FC to their first road victory of the season with some phenomenal saves. And Miami comes away with the win, 1-0 here. As we mentioned, snapping San Antonio FC's 24-match home unbeaten streak, 30 matches overall in the regular season. It's the 6th longest streak in USL Championship history.
Yeah, that's an unbelievable streak, but, the game that matters now is tonight's match.
And San Antonio FC will look to bounce back here against a Hartford Athletic Club that just snapped a 9-match winless streak of themselves, picking up a win last Saturday night in Las Vegas. San Antonio FC begins the night second in the Western Conference table. They're 4 points back of Sacramento Republic, including a Hartford club tonight that is at the bottom of the Eastern Conference and has 3 wins. Their next 4 opponents, 22, 32, and 25. It is there for San Antonio FC to really make some hay here over these next couple of weeks. So, it's San Antonio, it's Hartford Athletic. SAFC looking to bounce back. Hartford looking to keep the momentum going. We'll have starting 11s and kick when we return next here on Bally Sports.
Life moves fast. No one has time for a car, truck wreck, or commercial vehicle accident. At Davis Law Firm, we get it. When you call the force, you don't have to worry about insulting offers from insurance adjusters, property damage, or car rental. One call solves all. We recently settled a wrongful death case in a commercial vehicle accident for $5 million. I'm Jeff Davis. If you were in a car, truck wreck, or hit by a commercial vehicle, call the force right now. Call me at 444-4444. You got it. There's only one number to remember, and that's 4.
There's a powerful beast said to be roaming these woods. And if you listen carefully, you can hear it. And sometimes you can see its tracks. And every now and then, you get a quick glimpse of it.
Grandpa telling his stories again.
The 2023 Toyota Tundra. Better trucks make better stories. Toyota. Let's go places.
To win, see, I'll never quit. Can't stop, man, I'm too legit. Prime time in my own mind. Victory, it tastes so fine. Part of a winner, you just a beginner. I'm saying I'm taking it all, yeah. Glory.
San Antonio FC Soccer on Bally Sports is brought to you by Toyota. Go to buyatoyota.com or visit your local Toyota dealer today. Week 21 of the USL Championship season. San Antonio FC wrapping up a 3-match homestand here tonight as they welcome in Hartford Athletic for the first time in club history. And a look at the starting 11s for both sides. Edgardo Rizzo, number 72 for Hartford, will be one player who likely will play twice at Toyota Field as an opponent this year. He started opening night for Oakland Roots back in March, was traded to Hartford back on the 8th of June as he'll start out wide on the right flank for Homid Namazi, coaching in his first full month after taking over for Top Ramos for Hartford Athletic. San Antonio FC after the loss, couple of changes. And the captain, PC, is back in the starting 11 for the first time since April 15th at Louisville City. It's just his 8th match of the season and his 5th start. Also, Carter Manley will get another start. Fabian Garcia will be out on the back end tonight as a starter. He is in the 18. And there is Omid Namazi, named the 6th head coach back on the 26th of June. He served as the club's top assistant, director of scouting. A long time with Tab Ramos, and now taking over for him. Got his first win last Saturday. And Alan Marcina. This goes back to 2020, 13-1-4 following a loss. Last time SAFC had back-to-back losses was the end of September and early October in Alan's first season. So we'll see how San Antonio FC bounces back here tonight. Callan Radoslav is our center referee, along with Matthew Seam. Eric Del Rosario are the assistants. William Hale is the 4th official. And we are underway, along with Hayden Partain and our entire crew. I'm Dan Weiss. Thanks for joining us here this evening on Bally Sports. Temperature tonight at kickoff, 97 degrees below 100, and 3 degrees below 100 at that. We must be getting to fall here in South Texas. A little bit of a breeze tonight coming out of the southeast. San Antonio FC in their black kits with pinstripe gray and white trim. Hartford Athletic in their teal kits with white trim, as SAFC would like to get on their front foot here early tonight, something that they've done throughout the entire season. I would like to certainly wash out the taste of last week's loss against Miami early. Ish Joan plays one into the box and headed out. Connor Maloney will keep this one moving along, and we'll kick back out here for Lamar Batista, who returns to the lineup after serving a one-match suspension last Saturday. Hayden, your keys for SAFC here tonight.
Yeah, the keys to the match, especially coming off of a loss, you know, score first, score early. SAFC, if they score early, they score often. Be more cohesive in their press. We didn't really see that last week, and that probably led to why they lost the game. And then lock it down in the back. They've been giving up a lot of goals. I'm sure Jordan Farr, Mitch Tainer, those leaders in the back aren't happy with that stat. So if they keep a shutout, you can't lose a game.
Yeah, they're 37 goals despite not scoring last Saturday. Still first overall in the championship. They are tied for 4th fewest goals conceded at 22. The plus 15 goal differential, but Jordan Farr has already given up 20 goals this year after giving up 24 all of last season in the run to the championship. So it's been a little bit of a different recipe for SAFC this season, Hayden, the fact that they've been scoring more goals, prone to giving up a few more, I'm sure, than Alan Marcina has wanted them to.
Yeah, I mean, you compare to last year, you know, they had a lot of 1-0 wins, you know, scoring more goals and attacking more can leave you more susceptible in the back. So
we mentioned San Antonio and Hartford. This is the first meeting ever between these two sides. That being said, though, there are a lot of familiar names if you look at the Hartford lineup. There are 2 players, Elvis Amo and Tristan Hodge, who played with Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC in the Western Conference Championship a year ago. Beverly Makingila, also a member of that squad. He was on the bench that night. And we mentioned already Edgardo Rito, who's got the ball out here on the right flank. He was with Oakland last year and the first part of this season, too. So this is not really, when you look at the club, Hayden, a club that says 3-13-4 when you think of the quality of players, as SAFC goes quickly off the reset. Hernandez in the box, and a big-time save from Joe Rice on Tani Oluwaseyi, punching that out with the right hand.
And that was really well done by SAFC. Quick on the throw, nice little combination play. I wonder if he could have taken a touch right before this shot. He had so much time, but it's a great save at the end.
Tani getting right back on his front foot here. Rita Zuhir trying to give that a go, and it's blocked out in a good, solid start for San Antonio. Joe Rice made 7 saves in the victory against Las Vegas on Saturday night. And the ball will go back to the keeper, who picked up, it was just his 2nd ever win in USL Championship after spending time last season with Loudoun United. And Alan Marcina's got to be happy here the opening couple of minutes as you look at Rice, the 27-year-old from Fairfax, Virginia.
Yeah, we can already see a higher press from SAFC and the tenacity to get forward. Look, Nacho just kind of snapped at that second ball coming down, didn't make good contact, but it's way better than the start from last week.
Hartford had lost 6 consecutive matches prior to their win last Saturday night at Cashman Field. It was the 2nd longest losing streak in club history, only an 8-match losing streak in their inaugural campaign of 2019, and a giveaway. Jorge Hernandez, Oluwaseyi in stride, brings it down, pulls it with his left, takes the shot, and it's blocked out of play. And a tremendous recovery by Hartford. Tani Oluwaseyi has had 2 glorious chances here in the first 5 minutes.
And I like that he tried to settle this one down, but maybe a little too methodical in taking his time, and a great block in the end on the shot. But SAFC is already knocking on the door.
Andre Lewis maybe saves a goal right there. The veteran Jamaican into the first corner of the match belonging to San Antonio. When they score first, they're virtually unbeatable. And that goes back over 3 seasons. As this ball delivered back post, and should be a corner the other direction, and it will. Mitchell Tainer was the target on the far side, but in San Antonio FC going back to 2020, 47-0-9 in their last 56 matches in USL play when they get that first goal.
Yeah, their energy feeds off that, and if they don't find it early, you know, really the result lingers in the air.
9 times San Antonio has scored in the opening quarter hour. This one back post, Tainer balling it back along across the face of goal, but Hartford able to make the clearance. They made 40+ clearances last Saturday in Las Vegas, had to defend that result till the very end. As Robin Lappert will send it back out. On the far side, the captain, Danny Barrera, 33 years of age. Former teammate of my partner back in Sacramento in 2017.
Yeah, and you can see the technical ability he's still got, taking that ball down and turning out.
Edgardo Rito here along the right side flank as he works along with Prince Sadie. Well done there by Ish Jom as he wins it away. Settled back by Juan Pablo Torres, who spent time with RGV. It's Andre Lewis, and we get a foul back through the midfield. It'll be on Jorge Hernandez. And a reset here for Hartford Athletic. Jorge Hernandez, his 100th career USL Championship match tonight as he approaches and gets to that milestone. And Mitchell Tainer now, and he's just 5 matches away from 200 USL matches in his career.
Yeah, that's wild. Probably played around 50 matches with him, and to see that he's almost at 200 is really awesome.
Delivered into the box, and the aforementioned Tainer will head it out. Barrera sending to the back post. Lamar Batista unable to keep that in play, and will turn into the first corner of the match here for Hartford Athletic. And this was where Hartford can potentially be dangerous, be on set pieces. As Edgardo Rito will walk down here and place it at the near stick. So Barrera will come over here to take the corner. This is his 5th year as a member of Hartford Athletic. He's been with the club since their inception, going back to 2019, his 115th match as a member of Hartford Athletic. He wears that armband with pride. He's the left-footed in-swinger in this instance here. It's a low ball, and it's dangerous, and has to be cleared away by Connor Maloney. And that's an injured Robin Lappert, who's slow to get back up. Meanwhile, first shot directly on comes from Prince Sadie here for Hartford as Jordan Farr gets rid of it quickly. Tani Oluwaseyi able to run that one down in stride. And Hartford able to get back into the recovery. Oluwaseyi pinned down in the corner, but he's able to escape the trouble. Hernandez trying to dribble out of the tackles and instead concedes possession here. Juan Pablo Torres, Andre Lewis, good turn here upfield, rather Sadie along the right flank with Elvis Amo. Coming to get the ball, returns it to Sadie. Sadie into the box and headed out.
This is really well done by Hartford. In transition defensively, being tidy on the ball here, and now sustaining possession in the attacking third.
Keep it! The run here by Juan Pablo Torres to the byline, and it will result in another corner coming up here for Hartford as Jorge Hernandez had to take him down along that far side.
And really all that passage of play was caused from this first corner that was really an unforced error by Batista trapping out of bounds for a corner.
So another corner for Hartford here. They kind of weather the early storm by San Antonio that you expected, and now allows Hartford to try to settle into this match here a little bit. And you kind of subtly brought up an interesting point that the longer San Antonio does not score, the longer the result of this match kind of lingers a little bit. Juan Pablo Torres into the box. That's dangerous, and it's through, and it's a good goal for Hartford Athletic. It's Connor McGlynn, the defender, coming up, and he slips it past Jordan Farr. And for the second consecutive Saturday, the visitors from the Eastern Conference are on the board first here at Toyota Field.
It's a great little slotted ball by Barrera. Honestly, a bit of a miss hit on the cross, but he's just wide open. No one's marking him. In between three SAFC players just kind of ball watching, and a simple tap in past Jordan Farr.
So Connor McGlynn, his second goal of the season. He has spent all 4 years here with Hartford Athletic, the native of Middle Village, New York. He's now got 9 goals in his 86-match tenure with Hartford Athletic, and this crowd is stunned, Hayden, after what happened last Saturday night against Miami as well.
Yeah, I'm sure the fans are shocked and really going to want to see a reaction out of the home team. Having 2 early chances, not putting them in the back of the net, that's football for you.
And now San Antonio FC, they can't get away from what got them to the good start here. They've just kind of got to keep going with good fortitude as Rita Zuhir puts that one over goal and into section 115. And that was really last Saturday when San Antonio had so many chances, and we mentioned at the top 22 shots, a season high, but only 5 of those on target, less than 25%. Not going to win a lot of matches if you can't put it on target.
No, and I mean, just looking at that last shot, I mean, that's a low probability shot. Can that ball be brought down? Can you continue to find an option or drive and take someone on and then create maybe a higher percentage shot?
So last week it was the Miami FC, which was 11th in the Eastern Conference table, just 3 points up on Hartford Athletic coming into the match. They got an early goal from Ryan Telfer, and it's almost as if it's just another repeat Groundhog Day here at Toyota Field. An early goal from Connor McGlynn, and Edgardo Rizzo makes the run up the right flank. Nice to slip past Ish Jome, and heavy on the touch. He'll return back to the keeper, Jordan Farr. Edgardo Rizzo, we've watched him, Hayden, over the last couple of years as a member of Oakland Roots. He runs that right flank as good as anyone in USL Championship.
Yeah, he's ultimately a right winger. He loves to get in behind, take players on. You can see it there, just ended up being well defended.
This is his 9th match as a member of Hartford since coming over from Oakland, where he'd scored twice in the first 10 matches of the season. Jesse El Cedeno went the other way from Hartford Athletic to Oakland Roots. Roots has come on strong here as of late as they begin the night just 1 point behind San Antonio FC, 33 points. They're 3rd in the Western Conference table. It's pretty bunched up 2 through 5. San Antonio at 34, Oakland Roots at 33, El Paso Locomotive, San Diego at 32 and 30 respectively in the live table. El Paso and Rio Grande Valley in a Copa Tejas showdown tonight down at HEB Stadium in Harlingen. It's 2-2. Second half action there. As Rito back into the midfield for Andre Lewis. And to the far side for Tristan Hodge. Member of the Soca Warriors at the Gold Cup, along with Shannon Gomez for San Antonio FC. Got into 3 matches, couple of starts. There's another good run here up the left side flank from Matt Sheldon. San Antonio FC will get possession of the ball back. For Sheldon, this is his 138th career USL Championship match. And for him, Hartford is his 5th stop in his career. Stops in Charleston, Tulsa, St. Louis, and Orange County. And again, you go through individually the resumes of a lot of players on this team, and it makes you wonder why the record is as poor as it is coming into tonight.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, having the likes of Anton Hopino on the bench, I mean, I was shocked. I didn't realize he was at Hartford, and I mean that guy is just a goal-scoring machine.
Yeah, Hopino had 13 goals last year playing in Detroit City, had 39 goals in his USL Championship career. As you mentioned, he's been on the bench. This is the third consecutive time Yomin Namazi has started. Oh, that's wonderful from Tani Oluwaseyi! Brilliant! Just stuck out the left foot, and the chip over the keeper, Joe Ryson in the 15th minute, levels this match at 1.
What a finish. The acrobatic ability to even get his leg there, but the ball from Hernandez just was a dime. Just dropped right on his stride, gets out there before the keeper and just places it right in the front post.
Tani Oluwaseyi with his 10th goal in 12 matches since joining San Antonio FC. He began the night tied for 4th in the Golden Boot race, and he'll pull into a tie now for 2nd with his 10th goal. That is a huge answer by SAFC off the left foot, and a wonderful chip by Tani. So 1-1 now here as Prince Saidi sneaks back in here into the box, and San Antonio that time able to make the clearance. Juan Pablo Torres, and again into the box. SAFC we'll call ball watching a little bit here in the opening quarter hour. This one headed to the back post, and Connor Maloney will head that one out. Juan Pablo Torres, low ball in on Jordan Farr, and he's able to take that one easily.
Got to give props to Hartford. They're finding ways to get in very dangerous areas. I don't know if it's SAFC not passing men on as they make runs into the box, but it looks like it's going to be an exciting game tonight.
The first quarter hour delivers us a couple of goals. For SAFC, that is now the 10th goal they've scored in the opening quarter hour. As Jome concedes here on the left side. Andre Lewis, the challenge from Tainer, and the foul will be whistled against Mitch.
But that right there, the difference is the difference from last week. We didn't see that pressure and that step out into the midfield, and you know, knowing SAFC, when they're pressing, they're doing well. When they don't have pressure on the ball, sometimes teams can find ways to pick them apart and pass the ball around.
So Andre Lewis will get back to his feet. 28-year-old who was the 7th overall pick by Vancouver Whitecaps back in 2014 in the Major League Soccer Super Draft. His 2nd year with Hartford Athletic, his 49th regular season appearance. Makes the turn on PC. Well, good to have PC back in the starting 11 tonight. His leadership so vital. Prince Saidi, he's got a little bit of space, takes the shot as Jordan Farr rises to make the save. Prince Saidi, 5 goals on the season. A club that can score, as we've seen here early. And Tani Oluwaseyi just bounces off as he slips it to Nacho, and Nacho with his left is too strong on that first time and wide of goal.
And that's really well done by Oluwaseyi. Excuse me if I mispronounced that, but I mean, to get on that long ball, the athletic ability, first touch here to keep it in bounds, and then just a sublime pass to Nacho that just doesn't find its way in the upper 90 in the front post.
And not only is Tani 2nd in the Golden Boot race with 10 goals, he's tied for 2nd as well with 5 assists too. So not just a goal scorer, but a playmaker as well. You already see 7 shots here for San Antonio FC, not even 20 minutes played in the match. They conceded the opening goal as Connor McGlynn was able to slip one past Jordan Farr. He came back in the 10th minute. San Antonio FC able to respond with a goal from Tani Oluwaseyi, his 10th goal of the season in just 12 matches 5 minutes later. And so that's where we sit here, 1-1, as we come upon 20 minutes in the books. Hartford Athletic conceding for the 42nd time this season. That is Dead last in USL Championship. As Connor Maloney will work it back to Jordan Farr, but they're hopeful that the momentum generated last Saturday in Las Vegas, and even in the loss prior to that 3-2 defeat in Tulsa, so they run with the same lineup for the third consecutive match, gives them that consistency as Lewis slips in behind the back line. He had Sadie open to his right, just couldn't get him the ball.
It was really well done by Tainter to track back. Danny Barrera was able to pick his head up and find an open spot in the SAFC defense, but now look at them attacking in transition.
The counter from Connor Maloney, the pass, however, behind Jorge Hernandez as Connor goes to ground. The turn there from Sadie and Lewis. Hartford finding themselves in a bit of a track meet, which is not necessarily sure the game plan they want to run with here tonight against San Antonio.
No, it's definitely not. This is not the team that you want to get in a track meet, but you're exactly right. I mean, we're at the 21st minute, and the game is pretty open already.
And neither of these clubs pretty strong when it comes to possessing the ball. SAFC at 42% for the season, Hartford 47%. Once again, Hartford has an injured player. It's Elvis Amo who's down on the field, and will bring us to a water break here. We're going to have multiple water breaks tonight, and it's kind of a, even though it falls in a scheduled one, Elvis Amo cramping up a little bit here early, 21 minutes in. Stark temperature difference from Hartford, Connecticut than what you're experiencing right now here in San Antonio.
Yeah, that can definitely play a factor on the Cavs. Also the nice South Texas soil underneath the pitch.
I mean, they were in Las Vegas last Saturday where it was 116 degrees. So it's not their first rodeo, so to speak, when it comes to sweltering temperatures.
Wow, they got a tough cross-conference draw.
Yeah. Las Vegas, San Antonio in terms of weather. Well, SAFC, even in spite of the loss last Saturday night against the Miami FC, they have been exceptional playing against the Eastern Conference. Most of the play going back to 2021 when interconference play began, but they did play Tampa Bay back in 2017. And so there you see that record, 14 wins, 4 defeats, 4 draws in their 22 matches against the East going back to 2017.
Yeah, that's an unbelievable stat, really. You know, guys around the league can talk about the differences in the East and the West, and it's said that, you know, the West does have that competitive edge, and usually scores more goals ultimately, more attacking football. But that's, you know, here we got Antoine talking about attacking-minded. Antoine Hopino coming in. He'll definitely be a force to be reckoned with, and SAFC defense need to make sure they're aware of him.
Yeah, Elvis Amo unable to continue. So that's a loss for Hartford. Amo, 4 goals, has got to go to the bench here, and he really had come on strong over the last couple of matches. Scored 2 matches ago against Tulsa. Coach Namazi said he was fantastic in the last 2 matches, so he comes off unable to continue. But Antoine Hopino is on in his place as SAFC wins a free kick with some tremendous footwork yet again from Tenny Oluwaseyi just outside the area.
Yeah, that was remarkable. The layoff was behind him. He found a way to settle the ball and then get out of a tight space and draw a foul. He came ready to play tonight.
He certainly did. And especially when you consider the loss of Sam Adeniran last month heading back to Major League Soccer, Tenny Oluwaseyi has just literally picked up the ball and run with it for San Antonio from the attacking perspective. Tremendous goal tonight. The 15th minute is his 10th of the season. He's second in the Golden Boot race. Has leveled the match at 1. Now San Antonio on a free kick from a dangerous spot with Rita Zuhir and Jorge Hernandez both over the ball.
It's either going to be a Zuhir shot or a Hernandez cross.
Zuhir, ooh, did not miss by much.
That was a great take. Bit unfortunate, about 8 inches too high, but great flight of ball, good pace. If it was on target, I think he had the keeper beat.
You know, a little bit more space to work with than the shot he tried last Saturday night, which was right at the edge of the 18-yard box off to a side angle. This one certainly Had a pretty good bend to it, just a little bit elevated in that instance. Back to Antoine Hoppeneau. Hartford is his 7th team in USL Championship. We mentioned Detroit last year, Louisville City, Tampa Bay, Reno, Cincinnati, and Harrisburg for the 32-year-old from Paris. 218 USL Championship matches under his belt as he enters this one here tonight.
I mean, he's lived in every single state. I wonder if he's been to every national park in this country.
He's been coming off the bench here in the last couple of weeks since the change from Tab Ramos to Omid Namazi, coming on perhaps maybe a little bit sooner than he anticipated tonight, but he had started 16 of 18 matches overall this year, so this is a familiar role for him getting in the first half at least. Sadie keeping it alive here along the touchline, along with Edgardo Rito. And it's off of Rito as he tried to play it off Ish Jom, and it ended up deflecting off of him. Well defended by Jom. San Antonio FC will take the throw. Two clubs who have zero history against one another, Hayden, and sometimes usually it takes 20-25 minutes when you don't see a club to kind of feel each other out, so to speak. Not the case here tonight. Both clubs just going head-to-head against one another.
Yeah, no, you're totally right. It's usually how it is, but both were just, hey, let's get after this. Let's see what you're made of.
And so even at 1-1, you're kind of thinking, well, we'll get to a point the match will start to settle in. I'm not so sure the match is going to settle in at any point here tonight. Hernandez. Ish Jom sending one towards the back. Connor Maloney, low strike. Oh, beautifully done. Rita Zuhir, cut back to the byline, puts it back across. Oh, nearly phenomenal. Off the bicycle from Jorge Hernandez, and he just hits the woodwork there.
I mean, if that went in, that would have been goal of the week. The footwork from Zuhir. I mean, he cuts back, thinking he's going to take a shot, gets to the goal line. What a clipped ball, and Hernandez, full bike, just happens to come off the outside instead of the inside of the post.
Goal of the week would have been goal of the year in USL Championship. Jorge Hernandez just missing by inches. Batista. Hartford able to step up and intercept, but promptly concede it right back. Tainer, MPC. Wants to get in on the action here too, looking in Tani Oluwaseyi's direction. Headed out of the box, Hernandez. Slides it to Zuhir. Zuhir, the cutback on his left, doesn't get through. And Hartford able to play out. Nicely done there by Ish Jom, wins the ball. Jom gives it a go, just wide of goal. Boy, everybody's feeling the back of the net here right now, Hayden.
I mean, wow, the ambition is just flying around the field. Those second balls right there are what's going to make the difference in this game, though. Winning the second ball, it changes the total momentum of the play, and I mean, he's like, why not? I have no pressure. I'm going to take a shot. Almost pays off.
Ish Jom's got 6 goals in his USL Championship career. Makes his 6th appearance with SAFC and his 5th start here tonight since joining the club in the middle of the summer. We had a foul here to be whistled on Tainer. Hartford goes quickly. Hoppeneau play onside. Takes 2 defenders with him down to the byline, and the ball will be, looks like, awarded to the corner to Hartford Athletic. There's going to be a throw. It's going to be a throw.
That was weird. It looked like he pointed to the corner flag, but then made the throwing gesture. Safe's got to be careful with that, though, with Danny Barrera on the ball. He'll play quick when you're not paying attention, and you know, Anton Hoppeneau was unfortunately up there alone, but could have found an early cross in.
Hoppeneau offside. In addition to his long run of USL Championship success, Hoppeneau 69 career matches in Major League Soccer, all with Philadelphia Union over the years. One here as we come up on a upon a half hour in the books. There's Matt Sheldon. The run from Hopino, the service Barrera, and Carter Manley. One over to Mitchell Tainer, takes a deflection, comes back into the midfield. Connor Maloney keeps it moving. Robin Lappert had it and then lost it, and then back off to the races. Oh, no man's land for Joe Rice, and Tani Oluwaseyi makes him pay. The first half brace for Oluwaseyi in the half hour, and San Antonio FC's got a 2-1 lead.
It was a great ball from Hernandez, a little heavy to be honest, but once you see Rice hesitating, you're exactly right. Got caught in no man's land, and Oluwaseyi he's committed. He's gonna get on the end of it. Great finish.
Joe Rice, he knows you can't be indecisive when you got Tani Oluwaseyi running at you, and Oluwaseyi has got one in the 15th and 30th minute. San Antonio FC's got a 2-1 advantage here with a half hour in the books.
Yeah, once he hesitated there, I had a feeling that, you know, it's going to end up in the back of the net. You either got to stay or go, and he sort of went, stayed, and then went. And Oluwaseyi is just way too rapid to be indecisive there.
So he pulls into a tie now for the Golden Boot race with Sacramento Republic's Russell Cicerone with 11 goals apiece here. But again, the difference is Cicerone's done it in 21 matches, Hayden. Tani Oluwaseyi's done it in 12. 11 goals in 12 matches.
So if they tie, does that game average, does that count towards a tiebreaker? But that's unbelievable. I mean, he scores one more, it's a goal a game, right? I mean, that's an unbelievable stat.
Yeah, he came into last Saturday's match against Miami, a strike rate, so to speak, of a goal every 84 minutes. And he's got 2 here in the opening half hour. And San Antonio, which conceded the opening goal, but has rallied back quickly and have now put themselves ahead 2-1. And it's 2-1, and I mean, could easily be 4-5-1 when you think about the chances that haven't gone in the back of the net here in the first half.
Yeah, including the ones before giving up a goal. It's a great response in the end from SAFC.
So back to work as Hartford Athletic now finds themselves down a goal, but very much in this match, in this kind of free-flowing first half. They can't sleep on either club. Connor McGlynn will let that one ride out. He's the goal scorer for Hartford Athletic. His goal coming in the 10th minute, but that man is on a mission right now. And it seems like everything he touches ends up in the back of the net. Beautiful chip in the 15th minute past the keeper. And then second time just too decisive for the indecisive Joe Rice.
Yeah, he's got that little dink over the keeper down, that's for sure.
There's Juan Pablo Torres to Tristan Hodge. As they look in the direction of Danny Barrera, who will take the throw here for Hartford. Still, you consider added time, another 15 minutes remaining in the eventful-filled first 45 minutes here tonight. Switch the play in Rito's direction as Hartford trying to stretch San Antonio out. Sadie, Rito into the box. The turn from Barrera, top of the box here. Andre Lewis looking with his left. Oh, gets the slip back and puts it in, and that is a good goal for Hartford, and it's the sneaky Jamaican Andre Lewis who slips behind the SAFC defense and puts it in. 34 minutes in, and we are level at 2.
Did I not tell you it seemed like it was going to be an entertaining match? But, I mean, that is some beautiful football. 2-1-2s, great little slip ball, and good composure to put this in the back of the net. I mean, there was 3 or 4 passes inside the 18. If I'm SAFC's defense, I mean, that's not good enough. You're not tight enough to the attackers, and they just played a little dink passes around you. 1-2, pass and move, and simple pass and tap in at the end of the day.
The assist to Hopino is his second. The goal for Lewis is his second, and his 19th goal in USL Championship play. His 8th as a member of Hartford Athletic. We are level once again at 2. And really, kind of no feel for this match one way or the other, Hayden. Who has the advantage at this point? Here's Sadie with some running room. Hopino stops, overlapping's Barrera. Hopino gives it a go. And turned away by Jordan Farr will result in the corner here for Hartford Athletic. Their third of the first half.
And that's a great chance created off transition from Hartford. Hopino, unfortunate not to slip that in the back post.
At the pace that both these clubs have gone here, Hartford's already used the one substitution with Amo coming out and Hopino in. It's almost going to be a survival of the fittest, is who's going to be less fatigued by the time we get deep into the second half.
Yeah, I think I was making fun of the 4 water breaks before the game, but actually I kind of like it. I mean, everyone seems fresh, energized, and urgent in their play so far.
So again, Barrera, left-footed in-swinger, will take the corner. We are level at 2. 4 goals in the first half, 2 for either side. It is a far cry from what we've seen from San Antonio FC over the years in terms of the way they usually lock down defensively, as Connor McGlynn puts the header over goal. Oftentimes SAFC has been opportunistic in their attack, taking what the opponent gives them, but they've been tremendous on the back end in terms of what they've conceded. Last year, Hayden, 26 goals conceded over the course of the 34-match regular season. And tonight, the 2 allowed gives them 24 conceded through 21 matches.
Yeah, I mean, it's just different personnel. You're going to find ways to execute the game plan differently.
It'll belong back to Hartford after Tainer running stride for stride with Hopino there along the far touchline.
Good show of sportsmanship. It was a very stern tackle by Tainter. You can see Anton Hopino high-fiving him after.
2 savvy veterans in USL Championship over the years, that's for certain. Here's another one in Barrera. Sheldon trying to put one into the box in Hopino's direction. The clearance made back out. Andre Lewis, the equalizer in the 34th minute, has us leveled at 2. Rito. Again, trying to run here on this flank, looking to slip past Ish Jome. It's well defended by Jome. And a throw here for Hartford.
Yeah, it's been a nice 1v1 battle to watch over here on the right side.
Sadie, little cutback. Return ball from Hopino. Instead, PC putting one forward. Referee tells Taniole Washei to get back up as we play on. Lappert to Tristan Hodge. Hartford runs 3 in the back like San Antonio does, so they will leave plenty of space back there for the counterattack. And you see the high press for San Antonio. Well, dribbling through the tackles. Juan Pablo Torres as he tries to slip one to Hopino. San Antonio able to defend there. Foul here. Not a foul, actually. It's just going to be a throw that's going to go here in San Antonio's direction as Juan Pablo Torres got upended a little bit back through the midfield. Zuhair, plenty of daylight for him. He could give it a go from there. This one ends up getting blocked. Controlled by Hartford. They'll switch the play.
This is where Hartford can be really dangerous.
Rito making the run on the ball from Sadie. Jome again is there. Another throw for Hartford. But again, I mean, there is so much space, so much operating room on both ends of the field, Hayden. And again, that's, to me, where the fatigue factor is going to come into play in the second half for sure.
Yeah, you're totally right. I mean, there's areas to exploit for sure. It's going to be, at the end of the day, who is slowing their brain down when they need to execute that final play, and whoever's going to put it in the back of the net. because both teams right now are getting those looks.
No such thing as a game that has settled in, so to speak, here in the first half. Nearly 40 minutes in, 2-2. Hartford sandwiching 2 goals around a brace from Tani Olewashei, done in a 15-minute stretch. In the 15th and 30th minutes, in between goals from Connor McGlynn in the 10th and Andre Lewis, the equalizer, in the 34th. And that's the match summary to this point. Played at just a tremendous pace here so far. Barrera, Sadie, Lappert, and we'll turn it out wide. Sheldon making the run. Sheldon into the box. Oh, he got it through to Barrera. Just couldn't get his left on it. Rito back into the box. Dangerous spot. Short side drives it off the webbing of the net. It'll go back to Jordan Farr. But that was dangerous as that ball got through on the service from Sheldon on the outside.
Yeah, I think there was a ever so slight deflection that didn't let Barrera get on the end of that, but really no pressure. Matt Sheldon on the left side, you know, able to just whip in a ball with no pressure. And then on this side, who was it? Who had the ball there?
Rito.
Rito. Yeah, Rito's just dribbling in almost to the 6-yard box and takes a shot from no angle. SAFC's got to get pressure on the ball there. And Hartford's done really well of drawing bodies and numbers to certain areas of the field, and then getting guys that are on the ball to be able to drive into really dangerous areas.
And now San Antonio with possession. Again, so high up here with Tanner and Maloney interchanging. PC trying to find a lane. Zuhir, far touchline. Maloney making the run. Service back across in Jorge Hernandez's direction is headed up, but not out. Tani Olewashei tries to settle. And PC will put it back out wide. Maloney back into the box. Lappert will make the clearance. Tainer will step up. Zuhir making the turn. Drives it back across in Bailone's direction, and they do not connect.
And that's a great reservice there. Bailone's got to get across the 6-yard box. That ball cannot get across the whole 18. Just put any redirect it, any touch on it can be a really good chance on goal.
It's a giveaway there by San Antonio. Sadie. Lamar Batista just drives it up to the top of section 116 right there.
I was a bit interested by that decision. I think he could have just trapped it and proceeded forward with the ball.
As Barrera quickly, as we've seen here, Lewis, Sadie trying to first time that over back in the direction of Antoine Hopino. Instead, it's San Antonio quickly back on the counter. Nacho Bailone into the box. Well done there on the recovery from Connor McGlynn. Well, halftime should be interesting for both clubs in both locker rooms.
Yeah, that's. Is it score more goals or is it lock down the defense? I mean, this is a hockey match at this point.
And finally, for the first time, it kind of looks like a little bit of fatigue maybe settling in here after the pace they've gone at for the first 43 minutes. Batista. And will remain here for San Antonio. And I think both sides kind of recognize they're getting to the end of the first half. Whatever's left in the tank can't be very much here. San Antonio here on the throw and the opportunity, and it's Joe Rice through the trees, able to come down with it, and you see Bailone go down there, holding his ankle. Nacho Bailone making back-to-back starts. His 9th start of the season tonight. Making his 57th appearance as a member of San Antonio FC. He's got 4 goals on the season. He was denied a couple of times last Saturday night by Adrian Zendejas and the Miami FC. Now that was 1-0, and tonight is an entirely different story. 2-2 here as we come upon halftime. Joe Rice at the deck as he got rid of that one, but he was able to come upfield in the direction of his target Rice will play it over to Tristan Hodge. Back into the midfield, Tainer, PC, and now Batista. Was trying to go over the top, and Rice will backpedal to bring this one down. Goals for Tani Oluwaseyi. That's tied for the most in a single season in San Antonio FC history. Back to Nathan Fagaka in the 2021 campaign. He had 11 goals in 31 matches. An old friend Ever Guzman back in 2018 had 11 goals in 27. Tani's got 11 in 12, and he's looking for more. Bailone. This ball gets defended out of the area as we get 4 minutes of added time here at the end of the half. Sadie trying to make the little decoy run with Rizzo bringing it forward. The interception from Ishjom. Bailone with it back. Hernandez nearly added his name to the score sheet with maybe the goal of the year had it not gone off the post. What a turn to here! Great save! Joe Rice as he comes up with his second big save here of the half, stopping the chance right there in the box from Rida Zuhair.
That was a fantastic touch. Let the ball come across, chopped it back, just couldn't put that shot close enough in the back post.
Batista into the box and trying to search out Tani Oluwaseyi. Instead, Hartford back on the ball. Barrera returning to Sheldon. And back into the midfield, Torres. Lewis does well to settle, and the foul on Jorge Hernandez there.
Hartford does a really good job getting from the third to the from the defensive third into the midfield, sustaining possession through pretty high pressure.
They're not the most crisp team in terms of their passing, their execution, but they're a smart team in the way that they're trying to attack San Antonio FC here in this first half.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, really any team that Barrera's been on, you know, these guys want the ball to their feet. They want to pass and move and create options out wide to then get crosses inside, or go wide and then come back inside, but they're combining really well tonight.
The space, though, is ridiculous, and again, Zuhair and Hernandez. It's Hernandez, a deflection, and another big-time save from Joe Rice. That ball changed directions on its way to the keeper, and Rice was able to punch that one away.
Yeah, a little combination play from Zuhair. Great strike. Rice just gets down again. It's just not far enough in the corner from Hernandez. It's almost similar to the Zuhair shot maybe 30 seconds before.
And so SAFC will earn themselves a corner here. This one in Tainer's direction, and Robin Lappert will head it away. That was Hayden, the 16th shot in the first half for San Antonio FC. Make it the 17th. 17-7. The shots for San Antonio. They had a season high 22 last week against Miami. They're not done. Another header on frame, and it's Rice to bring it down.
Yeah, they want to put the ball in the back of the net, that's for sure. And I'm sure that there's more shots on target than last week as well.
Well, that was their 5th. If it goes in the books as 18-5. What's interesting is that Hartford's got 7 total shots. 5 of them have been on target. So they've done more with less, so to speak. As we come down to the final seconds of what has been a wild first half here at Toyota Field. An extended water break for everybody coming up in just a few moments. It was a good run here from Sadie. Able to open back up. Andre Lewis, plenty of space. Lewis with the left just wide. Jordan Farr. He hasn't had to work this hard in a long time, I tell you that. And the halftime whistle blows right there. A first half brace for Tani Oluwaseyi. 2 goals in 30 minutes. He's tied for the Golden Boot race with 11. 2 goals for Hartford Athletics. Sandwiched around that, we got fireworks all over the place. 2-2 after 45. More to come here at the half on Valley Sports.
Since 1905, HEB has been proud to work with Texas growers because honestly, there's no taste like home. That's why we created our Texas Roots brand, which supports farmers and brings fresh, local produce to you faster. Whether it's strawberries from Poteet, greens and onions from the Rio Grande Valley, or dozens of other grapes grown around the state, we bring the best of Texas farms to Texas tables. Texas Roots, another reason why at my HEB, here, everything's better.
Hey San Antonio, it's Sean Elliott. When I was playing in the NBA and needed a transplant, the Spurs would have sent me anywhere. But I knew I didn't need to leave home because Methodist Healthcare provides world-class care right here in our backyard. Whether it's transplant services, heart health, or cancer care, Methodist Healthcare has us all covered with the top programs in the city and the entire state. Expertise matters. Stay close to home and choose Methodist Healthcare for all of us and our families.
Are you ready? Ready for more of the game you love? Ready for more players and more teams? Ready for more stadiums, for more fans in more cities? This is a different league. The USL Super League. Built for the future of women's soccer, bridging the journey from youth to pro, connected to the global game, and bringing it all closer to home. Are you ready?
We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
I'll never quit. Can't stop, man, I'm too legit. Prime time in my own mind. Victory, it tastes so fine. Part of a winner, you just a beginner. I'm saying I'm taking it all, yeah.
For me, starting out in this business, it was very overwhelming and also exciting. My name is Casey Hanlon, and SWBC PEO really helped propel my business. They have automated payroll systems for me. They helped create my employee handbook, and they have over 45 experts that know how to handle just about anything employee related. I could not have one person do the job that SWBC PEO does for us. Our partnership is not just business, it's a relationship.
Me time is Melts time. It's cheesy, so crispy, loaded with toppings, and just $6.99. Enough for two, price for one. Pizza Hut Melts, just $6.99.
If you're hit by a car, truck, or commercial vehicle, your world's turned upside down. You need help with vehicle repairs, car rental, medical care? Davis Law Firm can help get your life back on track. It's what we do. For over 25 years, we have secured important verdicts and settlements for our clients, some in the millions of dollars. I'm Jeff Davis. If you were in a car, truck wreck, or hit by a commercial vehicle, call the force right now. Call me at 444-4444. You got it. There's only one number to remember, and that's 4.
2-2 at the half. San Antonio FC and Hartford Athletic in the first ever meeting between these two clubs. It's been a wild one here tonight from Toyota Field in San Antonio as we continue on Valley Sports. Dan Weiss, Hayden Partain with you. We knew San Antonio was going to come out angry after what happened last Saturday against Miami. I'm not sure that we expected Hartford to be able to match that, coming in with only 3 wins on the season.
Yeah, that's right. We're just seeing fireworks all over the place. Everyone wants to get in on the goal action. 2-2. Really, it's been an exciting game so far.
Yeah, it's been a fun one to watch for the fans in the stadium, and hopefully for the fans back home watching on television as we look at the highlights. So this is Hartford early in the match. Just like last Saturday, the visitors strike 10 minutes in. Connor McGlynn getting the opening goal, but how about this chip from Tani Oluwaseyi?
No, you can't. It's priceless right there, and he finds a way to do it again here. Just gets there just before the keeper and clips it over.
A little indecisiveness from Joe Rice. Tani gets his second and his 11th of the season. But Hartford, give him credit. They came right back. Andre Lewis, that's his second of the year right there.
Yeah, both teams did well in response to going down a goal. They found a way to get a goal shortly after.
Look at the numbers. 19 shots for San Antonio FC. 6 of them on target, but I mean, they were all over the place. But again, Hartford doing more with less, so to speak, as they get 5 of their 8 on target, and they find themselves in this match. Numbers brought to you by HEB here at the half. And again, I don't really know what to expect from either team as we go into the second half, except maybe more of the same, at least to start the second half.
Yeah, I'm expecting more goals, really. But, I mean, going into halftime, you never know what's going to happen tactically. I mean, some team, I know SAFC, they're really more defensive-minded and score as many goals as you can. So I'm sure they're going to make maybe some adjustments there to not give up more goals.
We'll see what happens. Second half coming up. Will it be able to match what we saw in the first 45 minutes? To be determined. 2-2 at the break. More to come here on Valley Sports. 2-2 at the half here on Bally Sports. San Antonio FC and Hartford Athletic. And if you like offense, plenty of offense across USL Championship in week 21. About 6 tonight in Pittsburgh. Come from behind win for the Riverhounds. They knock off Memphis. 3 goals in the second half for RGB at home. They beat El Paso Locomotive 5-2 in a Copa Tejas showdown. San Antonio FC will begin a 2-match trip next Saturday in Phoenix. And the following week they're in New Mexico. Phoenix and New Mexico both playing both scoreless tonight. Sacramento later tonight will take on Las Vegas Lights as well. Oakland Roots Detroit City underway as well too. Hayden rejoins me coming up on the other side. We're knotted up at the half. 2-2 second half when we return here on Bally Sports.
There's a powerful beast said to be roaming these woods. And if you listen carefully, you can hear it. And sometimes you can see its tracks. And every now and then, you get a quick glimpse of it.
Grandpa telling his stories again.
The 2023 Toyota Tundra. Better trucks make better stories. Toyota. Let's go places.
Hey y'all, my name is Tiara, and a little thing that I love about the Chick-fil-A Spicy Chicken Biscuit is that it has the perfect amount of spice to jumpstart my day. I just love how the biscuit just matches perfectly with the spice on the chicken fillet. Whoever thought of it, thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Robert, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A Spicy Chicken Biscuit is the biscuit. It reminds me of my grandma's homemade biscuit. It's always buttery and savory. The chicken is always crispy. Then you add the spices to the chicken, instant classic.
Since 1905, HEB has been proud to work with Texas growers because honestly, there's no taste like home. That's why we created our Texas Roots brand, which supports farmers and brings fresh, local produce to you faster. Whether it's strawberries from Poteet, greens and onions from the Rio Grande Valley, or dozens of other grapes grown around the state, we bring the best of Texas farms to Texas tables. Texas Roots, another reason why at my HEB, here, everything's better.
Beautiful final Saturday in July here in San Antonio. 2-2 at the half. San Antonio FC and Hartford Athletic from Toyota Field in a wild first 45 minutes in terms of pace and attack. Neither club letting up. Temperature still above 90, 91 degrees as we begin the second half. And a look at our goal summary from that first half. 2 Tani Oluwaseyi goals sandwiched in between 2 goals from Hartford Athletics' Connor McGlynn and Andre Lewis as Tani Oluwaseyi moves into a tie with Russell Cicerone from Sacramento Republic for the top spot of the Golden Boot race with 11 goals, which ties for the most in a single season in San Antonio FC history. The second half will begin as we'll see if we get substitutes for both sides here, Hayden, in the second half.
Yeah, it looked like Fabian Garcia made his way on. I don't know who for yet.
So it looks like Fabian Garcia indeed is going to come on here for the second half. Let's take a look at the upcoming schedule for San Antonio FC as they will head out on a 2-match trip to Phoenix and New Mexico United and then come back home for yet another 3-match homestand, Rio Grande Valley, Monterey Bay, and Pittsburgh Riverhounds to close out the month of August. And then you get into September, and at that point, Hayden, you're basically 6 weeks away from heading into the USL Championship playoffs. It indeed becomes the push to the playoffs once that calendar flips to September. So the second half about to begin. As San Antonio will have the ball here to begin things in the second half. And we are underway here in the second 45 minutes along with Hayden Partain and our entire crew. I'm Dan Weiss. Thanks for joining us here on Bally Sports. San Antonio going right back to work, and Nacho Bailoni unable to run that one down on the far side.
Yeah, it looks like Batista's come off.
So Batista off and Fabian Garcia on here in the second half. We'll join Carter Manley and Mitch Tainer. And that'll put Fabian kind of back into the normal center back spot. Flanked on the outside by Mitch and Carter. We'll see if that maybe fills a hole defensively for San Antonio in the second 45 minutes. No changes for Hartford here as they begin things in the second half. You have to be happy with the fact that they find themselves level with SAFC 2-2 as they begin the second 45 minutes. And again, Hayden, question is that how much will the tactics change for either of these clubs from what we experienced in the first 45?
Yeah, so far, I mean, formation-wise, it doesn't look like much has changed. Fabian coming on, it's a like-for-like change. And positional-wise, for Hartford, it looks the same as well. So let's see who's going to find a way to execute here.
PC slips one. Jorge Hernandez to the edge of the box. Bailoni off his back foot. And a giveaway. Now it's Hartford on the counter. And Antoine Hopino was slowed up in the middle of the park. He thought he got held as he pleads his case to the center referee. Meanwhile, Connor Maloney and PC working together in the midfield. I had to go back and look. But Connor Maloney, PC, and Mohamed Abu, all three did not make an appearance in the match last Saturday against Miami. That was the first time since July 3rd of 2021 that neither of Maloney, PC, or Abu made an appearance in the match.
Yeah, and those are, they talk about mentality monsters, sprinkle Mitch in there, and those are the guys that you really think of as the core. It's a lot of leadership.
Lappert with the clearance back upfield, and well, at least compared to the first 5 minutes of the match to start, it was I'd say a much more methodical beginning here to the second half of play as Carter Manley will take the throw here for San Antonio. Barrera gonna search out Hopino. Tainer will get back to it first. Tainer. Manley and now Fabian Garcia. Directed by Jordan Farr. Farr will get it in a sweet spot there as he'll work it upfield to Ish Jome. Jome unable to settle though as he gives it away. Juan Pablo Torres quickly making the run, and ball behind Hopino. Otherwise, Hartford had something going, but then again, San Antonio FC with a giveaway. Neither club particularly crisp here to begin things in the second half. Lewis will put it out there to Tristan Hodge. And now trying to search out Sadie. Instead, it's San Antonio. Oh, that'll be a foul, but almost one that you have to take if you're Hartford right there. If that foul's not committed, Tani Oluwaseyi is in alone against Joe Rice.
Yeah, to be honest, to not get a yellow card there really is fortunate. He was off to the races with that touch.
And Oluwaseyi gets on the end of that service, but heads it wide of goal. Oh, what a first half for Tani Oluwaseyi. The 23-year-old played his collegiate soccer at St. John's, scored 20 goals in his NCAA career, 49 matches with the Red Storm, 2 matches in his rookie season last year with Minnesota United. But he has been a revelation in his second full season, and you never know how a player is going to translate going back to Major League Soccer after they come down and play a full season at USL Championship. But from a confidence standpoint, this season is going to do wonders for that department, Hayden.
Yeah, I mean, you would think for a striker, that kind of position, getting reps at putting the ball in the back of the net, it's a habit. So you think at any level, And he goes back to...
it's a giveaway nearly by Joe Rice. Connor Maloney was trying to sniff out. He already does have a goal, maybe one of the biggest ones in SAFC history in the conference final a year ago. Doesn't technically have one in the regular season. Meanwhile, Ishjom into the box. Good anticipation there as Lappert is upended, bringing it back upfield.
Yeah, it's a professional foul from PC to slow the game down, and you can see Hartford vouching for a yellow card, but with the other tackle just made in the middle of the park, I mean, that's pretty consistent.
I mean, the game has been so wide open in the first 50 minutes. It really has been nothing to argue from a referee standpoint. I mean, there just hasn't been a tremendous amount of physical play in this match.
It's been a pretty straightforward match to official.
And you wonder if either side, maybe more so Hartford, would they take more of a tactic of trying to play more up into San Antonio's face here, begin things in the second half, but doesn't appear so. Maloney returning it to Fabian Garcia.
That was really well done. That was a kind of ball played into Maloney. If you lose it, you could be in trouble.
Over the top, and Rita Zuhair. Again, plenty of space outside the box. Zuhair, that drives off of the head of Juan Pablo Torres and nearly put into his own net.
Zuhair put some mustard on that cross, and it nearly found itself in the back of the net off of Torres. It's a really dangerous ball, and Zuhair as well as Bailone, they're making those runs from inside to out. We see Justin Dillon make that run a lot, and they're finding good spaces to receive the ball.
That's dangerous right there, down in front of the keeper, and it'll end up going back to Joe Rice. He was well out of position, and looks a little shaken up inside his own net right there. So Rice, a moment to catch his breath.
There's a lot of swings at the ball there. Came out though, and just a mishap, maybe a collision.
Ooh. Yeah, Carter Manley kind of got him not in a preferable spot. Rice able to release this one forward. Zuhair, nifty ball. Jorge Hernandez through a crowd, works it out wide to Ishjom. Jom, and sails one over goal. We'll get another substitute for San Antonio FC here, as PC will come out and to be replaced by another veteran who we just spoke of a moment ago, Mohamed Abu, who's been missing from action for the last couple of weeks. But he'll slot in here for PC. He made his first start since April 15th tonight. And comes off here early in the second half. For Abu, it's his 18th appearance of the season, 6th off the bench for the 31-year-old. Sheldon volleys that forward. Connor Maloney, Tanny trying to decoy out the back line, but better prepared, it seems like Hartford is in the second half for how to handle number 16. Not to say that they're going to have any better success, but they at least have a better in-person scouting report.
Yeah, that little dummy spin-off is one of his favorites, so it's really nice when it works out, though.
Sheldon goes to ground, and he wins a free kick for Hartford Athletic. Danny Barrera will get ready to reset. Barrera, who also spent 1 year here in San Antonio as a member of the San Antonio Scorpions, won a title in NASL back in 2014. He's familiar with this field. A giveaway in the midfield by Hartford. Oluwaseyi ran into a crowd, and we play on. As two players went to ground. Meanwhile, Barrera over to Hopino, knocked aside from him. Hartford player still slow to get up. And now he does. Oluwaseyi with a left, driving it just wide. And Hartford pretty upset that Connor McGlynn has kind of been out of the play that entire sequence. The referee allowed them to play on throughout that time. But you see McGlynn had to recover on that last chance by Oluwaseyi.
That was great recognition from Zahir to see that that player's down but holding Oluwaseyi onside. I wonder if he could have taken one more touch. He kind of snapped at that chance and didn't let the ball fully fall for that volley. But really, at the end of the day, for Hartford, it's a true let-off.
Here is why Connor McGlynn was slow to get back to his feet. Kind of a traffic jam. There are three players colliding and going down. McGlynn then took the worst of it and nearly conceded a goal because of it. As you pointed out, well done by SAFC and well done by Tanny, being held onside by Connor McGlynn as he was just trying to recover and get himself back into the play. Now being looked at by the trainer here. Hartford went to their bench early in the match, had to take out Elvis Amo in the opening minutes as Antoine Hopino came on just 23 minutes in. Amo could not continue. Hopino's got an assist tonight on the goal from Andre Lewis. Hartford does have one wild card in their back pocket here in the second half, and that would be Kyle Edwards, the former RGV Toro, who leads their club with 7 goals on the season. He's done it in 18 matches and has been the epitome of a super sub this year. Kind of see him there off in the distance, wearing number 17. Sporting an interesting hairdo. Former Houston Dynamo prospect, spent last year playing with Dynamo 2 in MLS Next. And he scored the clincher last week for Hartford in their victory over Las Vegas. Lewis will play it off Connor Maloney. Barrera. Bailone able to keep that in play. And belong back to Hartford Athletic. Rito, crafty. Sadie off on the far flank. Running on Ish Jome. Jome nearly came away with the ball. Sadie trying to slip one back into the midfield and taken away. Connor McGlynn will drive that one back to the San Antonio FC side of the field. Surprised at all that Hartford hasn't tried to slow play a little bit more here in the second half?
I mean, they really haven't had a chance, in my opinion. I mean, they've done well on the ball, but there really hasn't been much in the game. Late challenge there. There really hasn't been much in the game for them to be able to do that, you know. It might be, I think it's a prelude for what could come. Getting out of Toyota Field with a point isn't a bad result.
No, know, they've had success, obviously getting on their front foot too.
Yeah, I mean, they might be just like, let's go for it.
And obviously when you look at your record, you're 3-13-4. You know, yeah, coming away with a point, Toyota Field might seem like a nice consolation, but it doesn't do much for your prospects overall as a club. And so Hartford with Hodge will continue to work, and they'll switch over here for Lewis. And now Barrera. The run from Hopino. Well defended there. As Carter Manley came back. Zuhair to Connor Maloney. Intended for Oluwaseyi. Lappert climbs the ladder. Nicely done by Jorge Hernandez as he settles. Hernandez dribbles into traffic. And he concedes possession there.
And I'll be honest, I mean, I know it didn't look like much, but at the end of the day, that's a foul on Hernandez.
Connor Maloney arguing the same as the foul there on Carter Manley that time, right in the back of Antoine Hopino.
Yeah, if you get nipped at the ankles and two touches later, the ball's lost, I mean, there's no advantage in that.
Lappert. Barrera. Nicely done. Juan Pablo Torres. Sadie trying to make the turn. Well read by Mitchell Tainer. Driving forward, looking there for Oluwaseyi. Now Mitch has got to hustle back. And a foul here on Ignacio Bailone. And the referee points to him, giving him a second warning and saying no more. Nacho likely at his next foul be sitting on a yellow. Rito. Boy, that's been a fun battle to watch tonight. Rito and Ish Jome over there on that touch line. And Jome has really won a majority of the battles as he has handled the Venezuelan Edgardo Rito about as good as anybody.
Yeah, he has done a really good job. There's a lot of space out there, isolated 1v1 with Rito, and hasn't truly let him have a field day just yet.
And as we said, that Rito just trying to sneak his way into the box there, but ran into the crowd as Tainer took it away from him. Lewis over to Barrera. And they'll stretch out to Sheldon here on the left flank. Off his back foot. He was expecting Lewis to go more to the inside instead of the outside there. Zuhair and Maloney. Spots by Loney. And shot blocked. Hopino getting pulled at from behind, and then the hard challenge from Fabian Garcia.
He's really making them earn a yellow card, though, tonight.
Well, and as we talked about and said, you know, would one team maybe get a little bit more physical here in the second half? Thought it might be Hartford to try to slow up San Antonio, and it's actually been San Antonio as they're going to end up with a ball here. Bailone. Hernandez. Oluwaseyi trying to make the turn last second. Nicely done from Juan Pablo Torres, came over. He's trapped a little bit. He's able to get it back to Joe Rice, who will send it out of play into the seats below us.
And you can see San Antonio still getting in good spots, but that final product isn't really there like it was in the first half, and it's likely to change with Justin Dillon come on. This guy's an assist artist as a striker.
So he'll come on for Nacho Bailone with the prospects of Bailone maybe sitting on a yellow for his next foul whistle. Bailone will come off, and Dillon will come off the bench once again here tonight. His 18th appearance overall this season as Bailone's night is done, and Hartford getting ready to make a couple of substitutes here momentarily. And an offside position is Zuhair. And the flag is up on him. Kyle Edwards and Kembo Kimbato will come on momentarily for Hartford. So far 2 substitutes, make it 3 in the 2 windows for SAFC after Fabian Garcia came on at the start of the second half. And now this will be the second window for Hartford, leaving each club with 1 window remaining in the final 25 minutes. Sadie, and that'll go off of Garcia. There'll be a corner opportunity here for Hartford. It'll be their 4th corner of the evening. As Pereira will make his way over. It looks like we'll see the corner before the substitutes come on. Or check that. The substitutes will come on before we get the corner.
It's always a curse of the commentator.
Yeah, exactly. Kyle Edwards will come on. Danny Barrera will come off. And Kembo Kimbato will come on for Juan Pablo Torres. So Barrera has had a good night, comes off, applauds what his team's done to this point. The captain of this club has put his side in a position to take points tonight at Toyota Field. As Kimbato and Edwards, they're familiar with Toyota Field, both former members of RGV. Edwards, 13 goals in 41 career USL matches and a career high 7 this season. That delivery is cleared before it ever got to any danger, courtesy of Mohamed Abu. Edwards, who played his collegiate soccer at UT-RGV, part of the St. Vincent and Grenadine national program. Sheldon into the box. Jordan Farr able to run that down pretty easily. Looked like Dylan was not sure the best way to describe it, but had a body climb in the back of him, and no foul whistled there.
Yeah, it wasn't even a thought really in the ref's mind there.
Sheldon going after that one with Fabian Garcia, and awarded back to Jordan Farr.
That's well done. Makes it difficult with 2 SAFC players tracking that one down.
It's the first time this year that Fabian Garcia has come off the bench. Did not start tonight. Now Marcina making a couple of notable changes in his starting 11, with PC starting in place of Ja'Cory Hayes and Fabian Garcia not starting. Lamar Batista taking his spot tonight. And Ish Jome unable to do much with that over on the far side.
Yeah, that's the 2nd or 3rd time on that service. It's just got to be cleaner. Give your front runners a chance to get on goal. They're hungry to score.
Kyle Edwards, first touch, tried to position that one back towards the middle of the field, ended up staying vertical in front of him. Hartford will end up earning a throw out of it nonetheless. So that's some dangerous runners up front for Hartford, with Edwards, Sadie, Hopino, and even Rito out there on the right flank. San Antonio countering right now with Dylan, Oluwaseyi, Zuhair, and Jorge Hernandez. And it's Hernandez with the ball at his feet, driving in. Dylan, was there with the slip. The ball never came through to him, and it's Kyle Edwards. And able to get the return ball back. Tani Oluwaseyi Run off the ball in this instance from Kembo Kabato. Oluwaseyi stays with a play on Sheldon. Flicks it just over frame. Man, he is a magician with those touches.
I mean, it's like the ball was glued to his feet.
Hartford unable to clear out of their end. Fortunate to earn possession of the ball back. Another giveaway. Right now, Hartford's back on their heels a bit. Dillon with a flick and wide.
That's a great look. Joan picked him out. Maybe a little bit behind Dillon, but glancing header. Got a little more piece on it. Would have been on target.
Rice will finally boom one forward. And they'll seek out Kyle Edwards. And that will be a foul over the back. Andre Lewis riding up on Rita Zuhair. 71 minutes in the books at Toyota Field. We were level at the half at 2. We remain level here at 2. Connor Maloney driving one in. And it's Lappert will clear it up. Edwards with a touch. Carter Manley back for Jordan Farr. We were at 19-8 the shots at halftime. In the second half, it is 4-1 San Antonio. Opano. Mohamed Abu comes back to make the interception. So yeah, a little bit of a different second half than the open play that we saw in the first, but now it's Jorge Hernandez. An opportunity with Dillon running alongside, driving it back across the face and defended out of the box. Dillon will cut back. Slips one in and it goes off the defender. It'll be a corner awarded to San Antonio. Shannon Gomez will come on here for Ish Jung, who was like he was laboring a little bit after the last couple of services. And so Shannon Gomez will come on for the final 20 minutes for Ish Jung.
And I think that's a great substitution. Shannon Gomez's pace. He's going to be fresh. He can get up and down that left side of the field and join the attack.
And Jones done a tremendous job tonight defending Edgardo Rito out on the right side. Meanwhile, this ball towards the back post, punched away from Rice. Zuhair will settle outside the area. Hernandez delivers one that bends towards the back post and is volleyed out of play. Another corner to San Antonio will be their 6th.
I think that was a great decision by Zuhair in previous plays. He would have taken that first time. It's hitting bodies, but instead taking the touch, playing it back out for recirculating and getting another cross in for another corner.
Right-footed in-swinger Rita Zuhair delivers this ball, headed, and it's in! Headed at the top of the box from Justin Dillon, and San Antonio has pulled ahead with the opening goal in the second half.
It was almost identical to the cross that you got from Joan about 5 minutes ago, just behind him, moving back in the flick of the neck. Kept it under the crossbar. Really well done by Justin Dillon. Really just a redirection, didn't even leave the ground.
Andre Lewis trying to save it off the line, but unsuccessful. And Justin Dillon's got his second goal. And San Antonio FC has pulled ahead 3-2 here with the first goal of the second half. As we've hit the hydration break at the 30-minute mark here in the second half.
I mean, looking back on the scoreline now of this game, the next 5 minutes are the most crucial minutes. Who's gonna, is SAFC gonna hold on to this lead, or is Hartford gonna find a way to respond again?
Well, for Justin Dillon, it's his 15th goal as a member of San Antonio. It's 65 career matches with SAFC. It's Dillon on his goal puts tonight as the second most shots in a match in San Antonio FC history, tying with 2 matches a season ago against Atlanta United 2 and Phoenix Rising, and they're 2 away from the all-time mark at 27. That was done in a 6-0 win against Monterey Bay back on the 30th of April of last year. Remember, they had 19 at the half, and so 27 seemed like it was just going to be an afterthought. They were going to pass that mark, and they still may here in these final 15 minutes. More importantly, though, SAFC is pulled ahead in the second half.
Yeah, just looking from them having a discussion on the field together during this water break. Doesn't look like they're going to let down. Looks like they're wanting to continue to press. Don't let up. Keep your foot on the gas pedal.
But to your point, the next 5 minutes, vitally important for San Antonio to see how Hartford responds. Kembo Kabato. Matt Sheldon. Lewis will turn it out wide to Rito. Prince Sadie, a volley to himself here and a fend off Mitchell Tainer, and Tainer able to win the battle. Tani Oluwaseyi able to keep that one alive and in play, and he's brought down on the far side, and a foul whistled and a free kick awarded after the foul from McGlynn.
Yeah, it's really well done. It's exactly what you want from your striker. Hold the ball up, keep possession, get a chance on goal or draw a foul.
Connor McGlynn got the first goal of this game all the way back in the 10th minute, and well, that just seems like eons ago at the pace that the match has been played at tonight. 4 goals since, the last from Justin Dillon just a moment ago. In the 75th minute, has San Antonio FC up 1 here in this final quarter hour. Trying to earn their 10th win of the season and keep pace with Sacramento atop the table. Zuhair. Dillon knocks it down. It's loose, and it's Tani Oluwaseyi with a hat trick and a historic goal. He's pulled ahead of the Golden Boot race, and he is now the single season all-time scoring leader in San Antonio FC history.
It's a fabulous hat trick. We've got to give credit to Dillon. He put his body on the line to be able to head that one back across. And he's enjoying his night tonight, that's for sure.
His 3rd hat trick of the season. Just great job by Justin Dillon and Oluwaseyi there to finish.
Looked like initially Tainter was going to get on the end of it, but it was just an awkward bounce and just happened to be at the right place at the right time.
Tani Oluwaseyi was the first player in USL going back to 2019 to have multiple hat tricks in the same season. Three hat tricks now to go along with his tallies against Charleston Battery and Memphis 901.
This shows you his attitude, his confidence. Once he puts that first one in the back of the net, he's like, hey, I can do this again. 3 hat tricks in 1 season. We're just over a halfway mark. That's remarkable.
12 goals in 12 matches, Hayden, to give you the 1 goal a match. number.
Hey, I'm not going to sit here and say I predicted a lot of this, but
he's enjoying himself here tonight. Enzu here as SAFC looking for more, and the challenge, a good one, says the referee. Hopino to Kyle Edwards, and that'll be a foul on Mitchell Tainer. And Mitchell Tainer will get the first yellow of the evening. So Tainer into the books here in the 81st minute. Oluwaseyi is the second player in USL history to have 3 hat tricks in one season. The other being Matt Fondy of Louisville City back in 2015. Set up across the face of goal to Matt Sheldon. Hartford still time on the clock, but now down 2 goals instead of just the 1. They'll have to figure out something here quickly. Back to the bench they'll go for the final time tonight as Luke Merrill will come on in place of Matt Sheldon. And that year, Matt Fondy had 3 hat tricks in the same season. He set a single season goal scoring record at the time with 22 and claiming the league's MVP. Well, tonight, Tani Oluwaseyi getting his 3rd hat trick of the season will pull to the top of the Golden Boot race, at least for the time being. 12 goals on the season, and he'll earn the foul here, and very well may pull to the top of the MVP races too, as well too, Aiden.
Yeah, he's really a force to be reckoned with up top. Because, I mean, we talk about his goals. How many assists has he got on the season?
He's also got 5 assists.
Right, so he's dangerous in many respects.
So San Antonio FC, still time to play, 7 minutes plus whatever added time remaining in the match, but you seem more firmly in control here in the tail end. Tani with a touch to himself, working it off Connor Maloney, edge of the box, driving one in off of Lappert. Another corner to San Antonio will be their 7th of the evening. They kind of took the scenic route, so to speak, Aiden, to maybe get to this result here at the end of the night. But, you know, they kind of say, they don't say how, they just say how many at the end of the evening.
Yeah, that's right. To go down a goal first after 2 really golden opportunities that they didn't put away, to have 4 goals by the end of the game. Yeah, you're definitely right on that.
And Fabian Garcia trying to turn that one on, and instead puts it out of play. And San Antonio certainly will feel better about how this homestand wraps up if they can see the remaining minutes of this one through and pocket the 3 points. They knew they left 3 on the table last Saturday night against Miami. Heading off on a pretty tough trip to 2 places where traditionally they haven't had a lot of success, in Phoenix and New Mexico. They got their first win in New Mexico last season. And Phoenix, where, frankly, wherever they've put their mobile field has always been difficult for SAFC.
Who knows, it might be moved again before the next match.
In the last couple of years out in the tribal lands in East Scottsdale, and now they're in downtown Phoenix for the first time, and that's the beauty of having a stadium on wheels, so to speak. This is a giveaway with Jorge Hernandez. Dangerous spot. Rice out of position. Hernandez digging him out to Dylan. A save, and Oluwaseyi nearly made it 4. It's a deflection. It'll go for an SAFC corner, but Tani Oluwaseyi nearly had a 4-goal night. And you think about the chances he's missed tonight, he frankly should have a 7-goal night.
Yeah, that's right. But a scramble from the defense in the end and got that very fortunate final touch.
I'm not sure it was smiles necessarily for San Antonio at the half, but it's all smiles right now. Up 4-2 here in the 86th minute. Zuhair trying to put it down. Slips a couple, drives it on, and a save from Joe Rice.
And that's really well done by Zuhair. Picking up the ball on the second line and nifty footwork through the traffic to get a shot off.
So right now, unofficially, we have it at 27 shots for San Antonio FC, which would match the club record for most in a single match. We'll see if that updates after that last shot there.
How many goals were scored in that?
6 against Monterey Bay, yeah, back on the 30th of April a year ago. And maybe this might be kind of a below the radar storyline in the second half, but Hartford doesn't have a single shot in the second half. And so as much as the story has been Tani Oluwaseyi in the attack of San Antonio FC, the biggest difference has been limiting Hartford, who had an assortment of opportunities in the first 45 minutes, to nil here in the second half.
Yeah, and most of their possession in the second half has been in the middle and defensive third, whereas in the first half they were really good at breaking lines and then sustaining possession in the final third before creating a chance on goal.
And we did just get the latest update. Is now unofficially 29 shots for San Antonio FC. That will be a new club record for most shots in a single match. 29 shots, 9 of which have been on target, 4 of which have found the back of the net here this evening. Tani Oluwaseyi from Rita Zuhair. McGlynn defending and able to win the challenge there. Here's Rito spinning through the middle. And play it off to Antoine Hopino. Very quiet second half for Hopino and the Hartford attack. Rises shot, and that's blocked. And it'll be a corner for Hartford. It'll be their 5th corner of the evening. Kyle Edwards trying to search out that service, and Tani Oluwaseyi will win the second ball, make the clearance back out. Here's Rito, and that is the first Hartford shot of the second half right there, and it comes with just over a minute to go until full time.
Does that really go down as a shot? If Jordan leaves that, it's going out for a throw-in. It's a cross shot.
30 shots tonight, as you see the note now unofficially. Most shots in a match in SAFC history, eclipsing the previous mark of 27. A historic night all around. Tani Oluwaseyi becomes just the 2nd player in USL Championship history to record 3 hat-tricks in the same season, while at the same time not only taking the lead in the Golden Boot race, but becoming the first San Antonio FC player to record 12 goals in a single regular season campaign. And most importantly, his club with a 4-2 lead here as we come upon full time in the second half.
And by the way, he's not done either. He's just getting started.
Still 13 matches remaining after tonight. And at the pace he's going at right now, he's sitting on 25 by the end of the regular season. 4 minutes of added time here at the end of the second half. And it's already gone down as one of the greatest seasons, and it's going to maybe be another. And Teddy Oluwaseyi puts in a fourth. How about that? Teddy Oluwaseyi, have a night at Toyota Field, young fella. 4 goals, and San Antonio FC on their way to victory.
I mean, we got 3.5 minutes left. He might get a 5th. Picks off the pass, good composure. Rifles one low and hard, and Rice just can't deal with it.
San Antonio FC, this was the kind of response as a club that they wanted, particularly after being shut out after so many chances last Saturday night against Hartford. They don't waste their chances here tonight. Teddy Oluwaseyi has got 4 goals of the 5 total for San Antonio FC. And a magical season just continues to get even more historic and special with each and every match that's played. Hartford just looking for consolation at this point. Kyle Edwards. It was a valiant effort from the visitors, going up a goal early and even responding late in the first half after San Antonio had grabbed a 2-1 lead. But it has been all San Antonio and all Teddy Oluwaseyi here on this final Saturday in July.
And I think it goes back just to execution of the game plan. You know, you brought up a good point. If they were going to try to go toe-to-toe in the second half or try to end the game with a tie, and didn't really see either from Hartford, but you saw the goal of SAFC and they just were relentless in attacking.
Hayden, I think if they had another window, they'd get him out of there and give him a curtain call.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. You just got to be smart.
And they dribble out these final few seconds here as San Antonio FC will pick up their 10th win of the season. They will move to 37 points on the campaign, the 5 goals tonight, as he's looking for a 5th himself. He's slowed up in the area. Probably, if the score is not 5-2, it's a penalty. Teddy will be denied number 5, but he will not be denied history tonight at Toyota Field. 4 goals, his 3rd hat trick of the season. The most goals in a single season in San Antonio FC history, and the 2nd player in USL history to have 3 hat tricks in a single season. 5-2 the final tonight. San Antonio FC is a winner in the finale of this homestand. And here's a look, Hayden, how it all happened on this magical night at Toyota Field. Oluwaseyi starting it with a beautiful chip, and a 2nd finish, and there was the first goal of the second half, and then the one from Dylan. And then there's the fourth one to put it away and put it to bed. And Tani Oluwaseyi, just a historic night tonight with 4 goals. He is now the Golden Boot leader with 13 and has to be the leader for the MVP as well. San Antonio FC is a 5-2 winner tonight at home over Hartford Athletic to pick up their 10th win of the season. SAFC